Hey, oh, Kermit the Frog here. Come on with flag news. No, it's Nunya. How you guys doing? Just thought I'd come back on just in case anybody wanted to talk or discuss anything else further, because I didn't want that live stream to go on forever, because it was a meditation video, so you know how it goes. Excuse me. Should be drinking water, but you know. I think Mike went over to, who else was up? I forget. Who else was up? Who else? Uh, Luna and the Seven Serpents. Yeah, nobody's gonna come here. Nobody's gonna come here. Kind of want to see Luna's myself. Darn. Oh well. But if this doesn't go well, I'll just erase it. It's the beauty about YouTube. You can just erase it. Or I can just keep it for myself and just sit here and yabber. Yeah, I'll just sit here and yabber. 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 Hey, I can tell you what my meditation thoughts are. Kind of keep a track on it since I can't really write it down because I forgot my paper inside. Let's see. Kept thinking. See what I mean? I'm not meditating. Do you see what I mean? This happens all the time whenever I'm out here meditating. It'll get all quiet. Like my pulse is just radiating out. Shut up, everybody. And everything would just go really quiet while I'm meditating instead of what just happened, which happens all the time around here because there's a main street like right down the road. So what I was thinking while I was meditating, let me think. See, I don't do it this way because I feel under pressure. You know, I just let it soak in myself. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but it seems to work for me. So I think I'm just going to stick with it, and that's just keeping my notepad around, and whenever I start reading a book or I'm starting to write something else, then the thought will come because I have a pencil in my hand. You know, it'll just start coming. Yeah, so I won't be able to sit here and think of what I was thinking because I don't remember, because I'm like trying to keep in the breath and keep all the thoughts out and just be in the moment. So yeah, I guess you would have to step outside of yourself after that. You're not going to be able to right away get it. Could talk about my predictions about everything, which is the same as what Aluna's is, and that's that there's this frequency that's pulsing out and calling to us. Louder than ever because of Jeff. He caused a stir in the frequency, I think, you know, because the frequency is knowledge, and that's the power of knowledge. You know, they throw it up in your face in school. Knowledge is power, you know, like, see, I'll feed you what I want to feed you. Yeah. make sense. To me, it makes sense. To other people on the outside, it doesn't make sense to them on why you're putting your whole faith in anything, in everything, all your ideas, everything that you think. Aliens, demons, powers. And we do have it. And I know that we do. I mean, it's not imagination. So if powers can be real, then couldn't anything else? Dragons, fireflies, or not fireflies, I'm sorry, fairy flies, fairies, um, just anything that you think may, because these tales have to come from somewhere, and yeah, it does come from the imagination, but think of where the imagination is. The imagination is in your dreams. That's where your subconscious is. That's where things get stored. Like Jeff was saying, everything gets stored in there, And I definitely do believe in lifetimes, like living different lifetimes. I do believe in that theory of us having to relive all this nightmare over and over and over and over again. And that knowledge would be your only way out of that. And the war involved in that is pretty intense, because these beings aren't just imaginary, they hop into people. It's the power of knowledge. These people, they take the knowledge and they turn it into something bad, and that there disrupts the frequency and flow to us. And I think that's why we all need to unite. That's one of the reasons why we need to unite together in all this, because I think it would get pretty intense, like the atmosphere. I really don't know how to explain that, because it goes deeper than atmosphere. You're talking metaphysics at that point. And I don't know much about metaphysics, but I'm learning it through the Tao Te Ching. So that's some metaphysics there, but not quite what I'm looking for. So I will be studying metaphysics. Good night, Mama, if you're watching. I would text you back, but I'm kind of live, so I hope you understand. You'll see this in the morning if you're not here. And you can't, and you're having trouble with your phone, like, because I'm involved and I'm affecting everybody around me, and they're starting to come out. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. And that's more of us, more power, more knowledge. If each of us just, like Seven Serpents is right now, he's reading a book. Go listen. Go listen, man. Because you're going to do this. You're going to close that gap between whenever you start to float. Whenever you first wake up, you have this gap between yourself and your soul. Because your soul is trying to get to it. It's already gone. It wants to go. So you're constantly trying to keep up with it, But then there's that frequency in there that the darker power is putting in. And that kind of makes things a little bit hazy, because people can start playing with, your thoughts through TV and all that. And I'm just sitting here chatting to myself, Davis. Nobody else was on here a while ago, so I just thought I'd finish up my thought, because I was doing like a prediction kind of thing, my thoughts about everything, what I think, because I didn't know what else to talk about, because that's all I can seem to think about. I mean, there's a lot of pain there that kind of like makes you think about it. Hey, guess what I did? I watched a darn movie. I watched Jurassic Park. I think it was called Fallen something or another. Went to the center And yeah, they couldn't help me. They couldn't help me, man. They had advertised that they could help with technology, and they didn't have a computer for me. They didn't have any computers with a webcam on it. So yeah, that was pretty disappointing. So I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to really get into this computer that I'm borrowing, and hopefully the person that I'm borrowing it from lets me continue to borrow it for a long time. Because I can't afford a computer, man. I can't afford a laptop. I can't afford like one of those iPad things. Uh, I can't afford nothing. Not even a crystal to protect myself that people say I need, but I don't think I need it. I think I can pretty much protect myself. I have been my whole life against these things. They've been there the whole entire time. And boy, they had me there. They really did. They had me good. I wasn't myself. Even my mom was kind of worried. Really worried. Because I wasn't talking to her, man. I was shutting myself out from everyone and everything. Staying up in my little hole. Um, yeah, I wish I could, man. I wish I fucking could. Oh, sorry. I wish I could. But I ain't got money. And I ain't even got money for the little coal that you can clean it with, dude. I'm at a point in my life to where, I'm trying to do good for everyone, and things happen, to disrupt that, and like the other people's things that have the ripple effect. And someone's in the hospital, and I am taking care of his kids. They're my niece and nephew, and this is a very, very bad time because I need to eat as much knowledge as I can. So I'm going to be reading the Tao Te Ching for myself, and I'm going to do it for you guys, for myself, because it's a creation that I'm going to make. Yeah, I hope that this is karma, man. I really do. To me, I mean, I do hope it's just karma, but I don't think it's just karma. I mean, we're going to be at war with these things pretty soon, and I could see that in my head. I've been watching Destiny 2, and I've been watching Chaos. I'm sorry, my mind is like flying everywhere because I can't seem to center myself. And it seems like, but see, that's my own imagination into play here. It could just be the knowledge of power. I mean, if I wanted to sum it down and to like make it normal, more normal than anything else, then that's what I would have to say, is that it would have to be the knowledge of power. Right now, that's what I think right now. But my mind may change reading this book, like Seven Serpents might change his mind on a few things by reading the book he has, because it does change you. It brings you to higher levels. It's knowledge that we're reading. So yeah, by all means, you can drop out here. You don't have to worry about my feelings, Go watch him and watch what he's reading. I'm sure it's pretty good. I would go, but then he wasn't up. All who was up was somebody else whenever I was doing my meditation, and I didn't think to pop back on and see who else was on before I opened my big mouth and said I'd come back. So here I am. I didn't think anybody'd show up because, they're all on and they're pretty good. Real good, actually. I like them both. I think they're both really smart people. I don't know what else else? Let me think. What else I've been feeling? Uh, I feel like that they're kind of still throwing it up in your face in a way. I was just caught. Uh, Karma comes back 2 times fold, and then I was just causing around and saw you. Oh, cruising around and saw you. Yeah, I put two and two together. You don't have to correct yourself here. I know what you're saying because I do that all the time. Autocorrect always comes in and plays that nasty little game, and sometimes you don't even touch it, man. That's the weird. That's the weird thing that normal people think is weird, but I don't think is weird because I think it's all in the mix. I take it as normal myself. All my life I took it as normal. I could tell you some stories if you want of things that has happened in my past where the powers came into play and how it felt. Um, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit chilly, so I'm kind of shaking. Spell check sucks for sure, yeah. Especially whenever you're on a live chat and you can't fix your mistake and you look like a big dummy. Or it sounds like you're saying something totally inappropriate. um, there was this one time in band camp. Sure, duh. But there was this one time I was in college and I was studying all night long, every night to get honor roll. Because I was a lot like I am right now, feeding on that knowledge. I liked it a lot. Actually, as I grew older, I didn't like it so much whenever I was a kid. I think it was because of the 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 bad knowledge. I'm gonna start calling it the bad knowledge. I think. I think it was because of the bad knowledge being put out everywhere and how it affected everything and everyone around me. And so I didn't really suck in the knowledge then because I was more paying attention to my know and what to do in certain situations and every situation actually because they were everywhere. And sometimes I could see them like shadows or like a distortion in like time or whatever, like you would see on the movies with the time. Yeah, it was something like that to where it almost looked like a filter, over something, that I was seeing. I can't really explain it because I didn't really see anything per se. It was more like a haze over like a certain area, and the kids would respond to it, the animals would respond to it negatively, like get me away from this thing, I don't want it near me type. uh, so yeah, I didn't like knowledge until I got to college, and yes, I'm trying to avoid this one because it is kind of scary, what happened at college one night. uh, Studying all night at Steak and Shake and happened to pop back into college, drop off my friend at her car so that she can go back home. She lives about 50 miles away from the school. Yeah, I don't pay much attention to those shadows. My dog barks at them. Yeah. Yeah, I try not to too. Yeah, that's the best thing to do because then they'll leave you alone because, they'll continue to try, but, the more you drown them out, the more silent they get. It's kind of like meditation in a way where you're bouncing that out and see during meditation none of this was going on, you know. And I know it's been a while, but you know, it's only been 19 minutes. The meditation was going on a lot longer than that, and there was only one little motorcycle, not no dogs and everything else. Davis says, yeah, I don't pay positive energy. all the way. Yep. You gotta keep trying. Keep, fake it till you make it if you have to, kind of thing. Like today is a fake it till you make it kind of thing. Got to see the movie, which I don't watch any TV anymore. I haven't watched TV in like years. It's been about 4 years since I watched TV, and I was a big TV head, man. Big old TV head. I'd watch regular TV, watch my Me TV. I'd be watching all kinds of TV, man. I was all into it. Sucking that brainwashing in, man. I loved it. But yeah. Wait, 1 minute. Gotta love it. Send out the love. You gotta love it. Send out the love because somebody is really hurting there. Keep that smile on. Fake it till you make it, baby. I have to smile right now because oh man, that's right down the street. I'm empathetic and I take to heart a lot of bad that happens to people, and I feel their pain. I knew I felt somebody's pain around here because my chest was hurting right here. I did rub it a few times so far. I hope we're all right. They're getting excited, whoever they are. That the ambulance is there, I think, because my heart is going real hard and it hurts. It's like a real hurt pain from deep down in my core, man. I gotta turn that off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Say something. Distract me, man. Psychedelic, baby. I wish I had my little ball. Oh, I miss my ball. Oh, my story. I knew I was thinking of something. Because I was waiting for that to stop, and then that got to me. Sorry about that. Let me see what you're saying here. I had to go through a lot of dark to finally see the light. Does that make sense? You know what, Davis? I was just thinking that today. And I was just thinking about going live and saying how I felt, and I was leading up to that. The horror. And I'm just going to go ahead and cry for myself. I mean, I've been through a lot. Because it feels like in water and I was drowning. And I feel so bad for that person down there right now. And I feel so bad for myself. And I think I'm allowed right about now. Because I worked hard to get to where I am right now. And I'm proud of where I'm at right now. But that's not my thing. And I shouldn't take that on. So I'm not going to take that on. I only take on for myself. And my own ripples. So thank you for letting me get that out. Because you kind of prompted me to. Because I was thinking about crying for myself earlier. And then I thought, you kind of hold stuff in. And then I was thinking, well, I'll just get on chat and just talk about it, And I won't cry, But you just said that, and it just put me right back to those trenches and the water in there and how I was drowning and how I was trying to climb out and all the horrible things along the way that I've seen trying to climb out and all the empathy that I wasted like that, putting it out. on things that weren't my own. Maybe the Schumann Renaissance 4 heart palps. Maybe the Schumann resonates for heart palps. I don't know. I don't know what it is yet. I'm not that far involved in this knowledge yet to know all that. I don't even know what they mean by beings. Nobody will answer me. I keep asking about the different kinds of species of beings, and nobody even answers. So I don't know if anybody knows, or am I just supposed to find that out myself, maybe? But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find it out myself, so I can get a book. I don't just ask, what it's about. I ask people for a name of a book, or is there anything that I can, a name that I can look for. I don't think it's called Species of Beings, is it? I mean, that's just my outlook on it, because I've overheard somebody saying something about indigo, and you're that type, you're with those, and I'm like, what? There's different types in this too? How much more do I gotta learn? But I don't know if I believe in all that, you know? Um, I'm looking for him, man. He said positive vibes coming my way. I had to. Oh, the Earth Frequencies live stream. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'll get it eventually. I'll click. Just give it a moment. Get the Bible and read some prayers before you go to bed. Oh, God. Did you watch any of my other videos, man? I try not to talk religion here because I have such an opinionated version of it. And it's kind of like, I don't want to put my input on things because I know nothing about anything, about, let Jeff handle that, let, Wayne handle that, and I can handle that with the Tai Chi because it's already written for me, so, by really, genius people, so, greater than myself as in knowledge, and where they were at, in their self. So I think that's a good guide to where I need to be. But no, I don't pray. I don't like making myself pray. Basically what I do is kind of like I don't like names. And, like whenever I started this, everything was just shit. Pardon language. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Everything was just stupid and lame and dull and I don't know, stale, and nothing really meant anything. Nothing here really meant anything. What meant everything to me was trying to keep up with my soul. Where my soul was taking me, I was trying to keep up. There was no stopping it at all. It was just there. What woke me up was Jeff saying that, you got to use knowledge, and this is gathered throughout all his videos of my intake on what he's trying to say with these things that he's saying, is that you basically have your own imagination in ways, your own world. And I forgot where I was going with that. Oh man, I hate that. I went, dude, anyway, it'll come back probably. Everyone does it, I see that. Everyone on YouTube here in the community does that. Like, starts to talk and then they say one sentence more and then it's all gone. Everything that. And you know that you're sliding into that trap and you do it anyway. Because you're trying to explain something and, you just like lose track of thought very easily because it goes so fast. You're trying to. And I know I was talking about that. Yeah, but that's the way it felt to me. It was just like that so awesome feel that everything else was just crap. And the whole name thing to me was just, so he laughed at me, Davis did. And he says, nope, one time. I'm sorry, I always forget to check these because I get into my tangents. Talk freely. I'm an adult and been around. She just answered my question. The black more than once. Well, here on this channel, I'm really big on words because words are everything. Words are knowledge, right? And if you say the wrong thing, you can be creating a ripple, around everything around you, as far as the negative goes. Say like, I'm cool, I'm like really cool whenever a guy hits up on me, hits up on me, I'm like really cool with it. But here I'm not because now I'm in a place to where I don't have time for that. I can't do that because I'm trying to form myself. And if I put any negative in myself over that I'm trying to create over here, that it may interfere and take me longer. So, and I just lost my way again. It's really bad tonight. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's really bad tonight. That's why I need to meditate again. I need to take another meditation and do a longer one and a deeper breath. And maybe even some hums and get that going. I think that's what's going on, to be quite honest with you, because I was doing that whole vibration thing, and that was working. It was helping me center and collect my thoughts. And I keep scratching because I'm nervous. Have you tried writing it down first? Have I tried writing it down first? Yeah, but I keep forgetting my notes. Yeah, today has just been a very hectic day. I had a lot of things that I had to do and trying to fit all this stuff in and trying to, I haven't had kids in a really long time. So this is kind of really difficult for me to, especially right now, you know, because I'm trying to collect myself over here, and trying to get my stuff together and trying to get to where I want to be, and here's a wrench in that, and it has ripple effects to you guys, and because it gets my mind distracted very easily, like forgetting my notebook in the car and then starting the live stream. I should have a pen. I wish I had a permanent pen right here. See that? I could just enter a permanent pen right here, and then I could just write right here all my thoughts. For now, until I get this going. What do you think? I don't know what I think anymore. I'm finding out all kinds of new information, so I'm open to it, I'm just going to go with it. I think whenever I started this, because I had a decision, a big decision. Okay, okay, if I'm going to follow this, and I'm going to follow it, you know, that's the only way to do it, is to follow it full and wholeheartedly. Keeping a journal, yes, I do. I do. At least I try to. I have paper everywhere. Let's put it that way. That's my journal. It's paper. I have just loose paper everywhere. My room is such a mess. I look like a genius. It's like just got paper everywhere. Because I just. Next day I'll go through them, I'll pick them all up and stack them all up and get them all together, and then I'll start reading through them. And then it'll sit there forever. Until I'm ready to go back to it. No, I like the mess. It makes me feel like a genius. It's a little sin of mine. It's a little pat on the back for me, I guess. Because I feel like, you know, I'm headed there. If I keep doing what I'm doing. Because, I mean, heck, this book is complicated as all hell. And try to get it together so I can do a narration on it and not have a computer now. Not be able to, you know, like take pictures of the pages and then post them on, you know, like save them into a disk or just, you know, connect it to, you know, the computer and download them, you know, and then do like a little video with a pair of headsets on, a video camera, you know, and like do it to it. But no, man, that stinks. That really bit the dust today, man. That's what really knocked me down right there. Because, man, this is everything. This is my creation, man, right here. My narrating, my subscribers of the day. You know, that's one of the things I wanted to do on the computer and kind of like go with. And I don't want to sit here and learn a bunch of applications that I'm not going to be using in months from now. Because I'm trying to do other things. I'm trying to learn other things, you know. And I still have to do the subscription of the day, which takes longer to do now than it does on the computer. So I'm trying to juggle all this crap. And I know nothing about tech stuff. I mean, I went to school for computers, but we didn't have all this stuff. All this stuff is all freaking new, man. It was, the Visual Basic was just coming out. I didn't even have I had like a little taste of that one, like maybe one course, introductory. I loved it though. And someone told me where I can get knowledge for that, and now I'm wanting to do that. So I don't have time to spend learning application after application that's on a fucking computer that I'm not going to be using in months from now. Because, you know, some people use Firefox on their internet, and some people use, you know, the Internet Explorer, and, you know, it all runs differently with different programs. So at least that's what I learned in college. So I'm like trying my best not to explore that end of it, because I'm trying to explore other ends of what I'm trying to do. So this really sucks. That really sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. I mean, I don't mind doing it this old way, though. I really don't mind it. It would be easier to do it the other way, but I kind of like this. I kind of like doing it, you know, kind of weird. I don't know, just raw. You know, like, I don't have nothing except for this phone, you know. This is all I got. I got me, and I don't have any crystals, and I don't have nothing, and I can take care of things. I don't bother with any other crap. David says, raw is good. Yeah, baby. So I'm just going to have to keep doing it raw and hope for the best. I don't even have any kind of social media. Everybody's asking me for a social media page. You have Facebook? I'm like, no. Get rid of Facebook a long time ago. At least I hope they knock me off. I don't even remember my password. And I don't even remember the password to the Gmail address that I put it on. And they won't let me in. And I don't really care. I didn't then. I kind of do now. I kind of want to see if that page is still up now. See if, make sure they deleted the dang thing. Yeah, I don't either. As soon as they started changing the privacy on that stuff, no way. You know, they started doing all that stuff. I'm like, you ain't getting me like that. I'm done risking my patootie with this darn thing right here. That thing I'm using. I was even scared to get on YouTube and do this because I'm all into privacy, man. And look at me, I'm showing my face. I'm doing pretty good. It's geared to mess with your head. Yep. All that stuff is. I don't know if you've seen the last video, or I think it was not the last video, but I think it was last night's. We got into a conversation. I don't think you were there. It was Mike and oh, crud, man, that was just last night. Come on, Christina. I just said my name. You just knew my name. No, actually, it was said by my niece before. So, that's out of the bag. I mean, it's bound to happen, you know? It's bound to happen. Because, you know, and getting kind of personal here. Yeah, I plucked you out, man. You belong here. That's my goal, is to pluck people that belong here. And to find them a place so that they can, instead of looking at all the nonsense, you know, of YouTube, which is somewhat of what's out there, you know, because you want to get to a place to where you're starting to create. And what better place than YouTube to create, you know, to be able to post your creations to a community that, you know, actually gives that in. You don't need to get personal, you know, if you don't want to. That's the cool thing about it. You can just, you know, do a video like of a picture of an art, you know, and hang on one second. I mean, even discovering yourself. You know, you watch certain videos. Hang on, it's coming louder. It's hitting one of those echo spots, you know. There we go. I forgot what I was talking about. I wish I had my garage. It was so peaceful there. Yeah, so did I. I came to the to YouTube for the alternate media 2 Davis. But yeah, I've been plucking people out and bringing them here and hoping they would make a creation of their own and post it, because it does help. Even just, you know, like certain videos that you watch, like, you know, somebody reading books, or somebody doing a remote viewing, or somebody doing tarot cards, or, you know, you got to get used to it. You got to get used to the names, and everything you watch kind of absorbs in your knowledge. And, you know, I do it as downtime, you know, like whenever I'm not reading and not writing, you know, not collecting my thoughts and stuff. I'll watch a few videos fully and not just skim through them like I do with all the subs, because I can't watch everyone, you know. So I'll pick and choose of you know, what I want, what I need, you know, for myself. And that's what it's all about here, is picking what you need for yourself, what you're discovering about yourself, what your powers are, what you feel comfortable with. Uh, and if you post those things, if you just keep spreading like that, then we can make a bigger community to be able to show these creations. Because I'm like Wayne, and I'm like Josh. Josh created all those little arts about. It kind of reminded me of the meditation things that you watch, but it was different. Oh my gosh, it was so different. If you haven't seen it, go to Lake Project and watch the one with I can't remember what it was called. Um, coral, coral. It was kind of like coral shapes or coral something. He's seen something that somebody wrote. He he basically had to know come to him and tell him about, like people who drink out of the drink the blood of Jesus, and they do the communion out of that big stylish, where it looks like a woman's shape, a woman's hip in the bottom. um, he's seen that a lot in them whenever they do things, label things, poke at you, haha, look what I have, those things. And you know, he's been noticing all that, and the things that they use, like the more major things that they use, not just this, the knowledge stuff, the power, the negative power of knowledge he goes into, and he has it freaking dead on. And if you go watch that, you're gonna higher up, man. I'm telling you. I believe that you'll go higher up. I think that's a knowledge for everyone there. The art on that is just, I can't describe it. I don't know if it was just me and it touched me, but I seen something in there, man. I seen a path in it. A path is what I seen. Yeah. And then he said something about the frequency, and it shows the way of everything. And it clicked. That's what I just thought. So yeah, it kind of really clicked with everything I was thinking about what we are and how we do this. And like, whenever I imagine the ball, whenever I could see the ball, the light, I can almost like squint and see like the designs in it somewhat, sometimes. Like whenever I first started, I could see it really good. Whenever I was addicted and fiend, because you get like a fiend, you want more and you want more. Uh, but yeah, I seen it, not really good, but I seen it good enough to know that there was something there. And then whenever he showed me that, it just clicked that was it. That's what I was seeing. It's kind of like a suppressed memory in a way, is what I was seeing to myself. I know who I am, just looking for like-minded people. Really enjoy Rex. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always good to learn, though. You're never too high to learn. That's the whole thing with this, is that you're never too high to, like you can never be a master and stop learning, ever, from my understanding of this. And that's why it was a big responsibility to take it on, and to go full hearted with it. You got to believe in anything and everything in itself. And how far it's going to take you is going to be forever. I believe we can vibrate to a higher dimension. Oh, hell yeah. More than that, baby. More than that. I'm feeling it's everything. Everything. It's so vast and so wide that there can be anything in there. So much. I had a hint once. My uncle had passed away. And I didn't know how to explain it to my 7-year-old boy, how his best friend just passed away and he's never going to see him again, but he can feel him. And how do you explain that whenever you don't have that kind of knowledge yourself? So I called to my uncle, even though the scriptures of the Bible tells you not to pray on anything but, your Lord and Savior, you know. But I still talk to my relatives, because I knew that they come around. I know whenever they come around all the time, and hang with me. And that's the best way I can explain it. But how do you explain that? It's hard to explain. Jake is here, Jake Letzler, and he's telling Davis hi and thinks it's more like as a 3D being, we can have a 5D experience in this 3D realm. Christ consciousness. I am the light. So, hang on. See, the dark has to get in the way of that. I am light, so to speak. No, you are light, not so to speak. You are. But good evening. And we were just talking about the whole experience. I was trying to tell a story about a power that I displayed once, but it kind of turned into this philosophical conversation about what I see on YouTube here in the community, and and what the channel is about, with trying to help explore those things, because I'm new at this, and I'm new at all this, the whole deal with this coming out, and realizing who I am and what it's all about. And I've been 2 weeks into it now, where you kind of shift, where your soul kind of comes out. I had it happen lightly a few times in my life, but never like this. This is different. This is a calling, man. This is different. This is like way different to me. Reference. Oh, he was trying to say references before. And Davis is hollering at Jake. Hey! How you are going about this, I think, is pretty cool. Well, I kind of always did things my own unique way. Like I was telling Davis here, that today was kind of a really trying day, because here I'm trying to juggle this and do this stuff, for myself, and do this YouTube channel, not knowing anything about it, never getting on social media, except for Facebook a long time ago, which I canceled that account whenever they started changing the frequencies. And I'm sorry, I'm leaning forward because that motorcycle went by and I was thinking that you couldn't hear it. So, yeah, so I got lost through it all, and somebody plucked me out and brought me here to the Unity, and I wanted to learn, and I wanted to share, and I love to help, and it was really hard to find anything, at first around the community and around YouTube. And so I just thought, well, I'll bring people here because of what Wayne was saying about, because I always felt that way. Like, I wish that everybody can just be nice all at once, man. It would probably knock out all the bad all at once, and then we can just start afresh, almost like almost like the flood that you hear about in the Bible. You see where I'm going with this? So, and that's what I'm thinking, is that everything is written down, but it's just written down in a off-put way so that we think it's all fantasy, but it really is truth, because it does resonate. Like everybody has a different thought about what it is. So it's their own personal knowledge of what it is what I'm thinking, Jake. Let me read what you're saying here. Because I'm always ignoring this thing because I get off into my tangents. Wayne is amazing. Oh, yeah. I love him for reading these books because I cannot do it all on my own, man. I can't sit here for hours and read and read and read and read and read. You know, I'd like to stop and just, you know, while I'm taking care of stuff and just put in a pair of headphones and listen to somebody, you know, somebody that I trust, of course, you know, somebody that I checked, verified with, and verified their information, and that I, you know, that is popular, that's good, you know, really takes care of the whole detail, all the details, you know, about it, about what he's trying to say and where he's getting this information from. That's one reason why whenever I was on the outside of this, I was watching the Outer Light guy, and he seemed to do that a lot in his videos, show where he gets his content. And yeah, so I really like Wayne because he shows where he gets his content, and you can just read right along with him. And the Hermetica, I'm going to read with him. I have that book on order. It's coming the 29th. Today's the 26th. Turn that upside down. It is today. What do you know? I get to go to the library. No, it's not ready today. I wish it was. I wish my crystal was here. I wish everything. Where was I at? I'm going off in a tangent again. Yeah, so Wayne, he started saying something about, I forgot what I was going with that. I almost grabbed it. I almost did there for a second. You'll find, Jake, that I don't know if you've been here for quite a while or what. You have found Santos Barnacle, Mr. Astro Theology Channel. Have you found Santos Bonici? That looks familiar. It does look familiar. And I probably did watch one or two somewhere along the line of this. Because, man, I was going all, you know, because it's good to have places you can go to. That's what I was getting at. It's good to have places that you can go to and see what it's about so that you can say, oh, okay, yeah, I'd like to get into that. Yeah, I'd like to get into that, you know. Just like Wayne, you know, I watch Wayne, I see him reading, and I think of how all my life I've been able to talk to people, and, you know, I'm not really a showbiz kind of person, but I have this soothing voice, I've been told, and that I should do something like therapy or you know, something of that nature and kind of help people through things. And I thought to myself, I love what Wayne's doing with reading these things for everyone. That's what this needs more of, is a lot of reading, you know, by different people. That way the people who are doing other things can listen to it, you know, on their headphones and still get the knowledge. Because, you know, there is work, there is kids, and I don't have any kids, you know. I'm able to sit down and read, and since I'm reading it anyway, then why not read it on YouTube and let people listen to it, you know? And that's what's cool, is that you can make your own ideas, your own creation. So you can have your own videos up, you know, to show that and represent, you know, what we all know is true, and that's the knowledge is power. The knowledge is power, and the creating helps with building that knowledge because you're doing it, you know. And you can mix some of that, you know. I think you're supposed to mix the knowledge in with that, you know. Really, I have a. Wait a minute. It went down. I'm sorry. It clicked down on me. Uh, where's that? Oh, there it is. I didn't mean to cut you off. Jake says, truth resonates well. Have you been seeing a lot of 6 with 9s? My number is 6, baby. 666 all the time. I always get that number. It tries to mess with me that way. I ignore it. I have a great bullshit detector, Jake Metzler, my gut. Exactly, Jake says. I'm gonna have to take a look because even Jake knows who he is now. I hope he's not a conspiracy. You know, the thing of it is that I hardly ever watch the Leak Project because he's all into like these crazy conspiracy theories, you know. And I'm trying to get out of that. I'm just trying to get the knowledge of everything, and it seems weird because I seem to catch, like, I won't even know what's going on live stream. I'll just click on it. You know, it'd be like an automatic no of what I need to watch, and sure enough, there'll be somebody like Josh on there from that coral reef dimension something or another, I think it was called, because he, you know, he used dimensions to create this art. You know, it looks like the meditation videos. I already said that. Duh. But yeah, you find stuff like that whenever you know. And I happened to see you two there, so I plucked you out. I had a feeling about you two. And I thought you'd go good here in this community too. And that I don't know. I pick people that need it. That's all I know. Somewhere in here, you need something. So, by golly, go out and find it, babies. And yes, I do talk like James Comey. Sorry. I'm corny that way. You know, like, gee willikers. And, oh, okay, let me get back to the comments. Now that you say it, you sound a lot like one of the girls from Heart back in the 80s. I don't know. I never tried to sing until now. It's really coming out in me too. I don't know why. I don't know any notes, like, personally in this lifetime. So I think somewhere along the line I learned some notes from somewhere, and I sang somewhere or did something or hummed or did something or another. I don't know. But it's coming out, you know, because I guess because I transcended higher, I don't know. Dang! How old are you, Jake Metzler? Jake Metzler. Oh, you're talking about Letzler. Oh my god. That just shows how dumb you really get whenever things like really slam on you. I'm like, Metzler. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm off on this tangent over here, thinking you're talking about another YouTuber. Like I was talking about Wayne. And Jake over here is 42. And Davis is 50 there. I never say my age. I was born in the early 70s. That's all I'll give you. Davies Yates, lots of laughs. Oh, I missed one. Jake says, halfway there, Davis? Halfway there. Whoa, halfway there. Talk about 80s song. That was a good one, man. I miss that. I miss those days, actually. I miss being a dope. Because this is some hard freaking work, I tell you what. Most people on Wayne's chat ignore the crap out of me. Really? Maybe they're all new. You know what I mean? Maybe you excelled that level of, maybe you need this level. I don't know. Maybe you're meant to do something here. That's kind of what I'm saying. Because you obviously came over here for a reason, and you subscribed to me for a reason. Like, you didn't have to subscribe to me. You know, I just subscribed to you. You don't have to return the favor. You know? The beauty of YouTube. You can pick who you want. So you're here for a reason. So you came over here so you know it's telling you something. And you're here talking to me. So maybe I have something for you. Maybe Other people have something for you, but you're here. That's all that matters. You did. I did too a few months back, like a Native American song. Yeah, I put up a humming video. Like one day, well, I think it was like, see, I want to say a long time ago because it seems like it was about a year ago, about a half a week ago. Actually seems longer than years. It seems like years ago. Half a week ago, I was compelled to like hum. Actually, I was compelled to sing it out, but I knew it would sound all bad and choppy, you know. Didn't feel comfortable with that. And I was going to try, but then I sealed up whenever the camera came on. I'm like, like a little turtle. So then I just thought, well, I'm gonna hum it, but at least I'm brave enough to do it, you know, on camera. So I just did it, and man, there's something just like I was like this, man. I was like this. I'm not kidding you. I was convulsing, dude. I don't know what was going on with that or who that was for. I don't think it was for me. I really don't think it was for me. Because I re-listen to it and I keep listening to it and I read out again, I'll keep listening to it, you know? And I don't think it's for me. So I think that's pretty weird that I did that and that it's not for me. I thought for sure it'd be for me. That I get something out of it, you know, like some thoughts or, you know, like some therapy stuff, you know? That was my thought. But then whenever I was compelled to do it, I didn't think that anymore. And then leaped right in. I don't have content, so I was curious as to why someone would subscribe to me. Because I want you to make content. Because that's what this is all about, is creating. And knowledge of that creation is very important because it expands our circle. It's not that I'm like some specialist that's been involved in this for her whole life of YouTube, but I have been involved in it my whole life, in my personal life. I didn't know what any of this was called, you know, or anything like that, but I knew to take, you know, to take the information out of the Bible with a grain of salt whenever I was 7 years old. Pick out the good and only think of the good. I did not feel comfortable with praying to Jesus. It was more like, I'm going to make my mommy proud, you know, and I did it because of that. As I got older, though, I started thinking about it, you know, and then some things happened, some possession stuff happened, and I thought to myself, no more names. No more names. It was kind of like an instinct to just stop naming who I'm praying to. I just stopped naming who I didn't think about it. I didn't, you know, discuss it with myself. It was just a natural instinct to stop praying to someone and just start praying. You know, just put it out there, you know, kind of like you do with meditation. To get your butt in gear and start putting out content. How's that answer? Davis said, me and technology don't get along too well. My happy medium is just to be able to watch this darn thing. That's great. You know, that's perfect, actually, because if you can find a lot of good knowledge and not watch the BS and label that on your YouTube station, hang on. If you can label that on your YouTube station, that helps somebody inadvertently. And it's like you'll see more of my videos to where I explain that in earlier videos. Like, whenever I'm doing anything with anyone, like anything, anytime now, I'll go, like, if I'm trying to look for an answer about something, if I'm trying to find something, I'll just start filtering around in this area, in this unity here. and I'll go through my subscribers list and I'll get a feeling about somebody. I'll just scroll up and down, and I'll just keep scrolling up and down on the little mouse thing, and it'll scroll up and down, and I'll fill it out. And sometimes, even if you think that it's one thing, it could be something else inside their YouTube channel, like somebody they're watching. It happened to me several times to where I'll be on someone else's, and I'll think it's that information, and it is part of that information, but the rest of it is down there. You know what I mean? And it's a totally different person, by the way. It's somebody that they watch. So that helps. So you are helping in your own sense. So just make sure that, like if you really like somebody, to link, like put a link up there. That way people go to that more. That way they see that name more. Like Wayne Steiger, and Jeff Doherty, and Jay Campbell, and Rex off the Lake Project, because we all have that knowledge to where we're putting people in there to feed, so that you can feed off of their knowledge, so that it makes the whole consuming all this knowledge a lot easier, because it's a lot. Let me tell you, I know nothing about this stuff. I don't know nothing about these techie things here. I'm like you, Jay. I'm really like you. It's hard doing this. I do gotta say. And I don't blame you one bit. So you just stay put right where you're at, but just try to, put out more of the good stuff than the bad stuff, the nonsense, the more of the learning, get down to the nitty gritty of things. And two, you can always do other things, yourself. I don't know how new you are to all this stuff. You're probably now more knowledgeable than I am, but I don't think anybody's really knowledgeable more than anybody else, because it's your own experience, right? So what am I talking? I'm talking backtrack. The way I used to think. Sometimes those little thoughts come back in. I try to keep my thumbs up restricted to content that coworkers ask me about. Mostly they are subbed to me. Oh, well, you can make another YouTube channel. That's what I did. I have another YouTube channel. I made another YouTube channel, and actually this one is, mainly all this stuff, and the other one has all my old stuff on there. But yeah, I decided on Nanya because it fit. I wanted to keep my anonymity at first, especially in the first videos that I made, like the whole entire time of me looking at anything, I wanted to keep my because I'm trying to, I didn't really chat with anybody, but I don't know, I guess I was just embarrassed by it. I'm a great suggester. Good. It's 9:06 where I'm at right now. I don't know what time it is here. I'm on my screen, and if I take it off, then it'll go down. The stream will go down. I'm limited. But I do have it hooked up, so I don't run out of battery. Hey, Jake, do you know anything about different species of beings, like indigos? I am still curious. I'm not going to give up. I want a book on this, and I don't know what to call it. Because I want to see. Well, you two are in the same time zone. I think I'm in a later time zone than you. You must be in California, Nevada, or Colorado. You must be smoking the good stuff out that way. Yeah, I'm trying to quit smoking and I messed up. I messed up. Nunya messed up. Arizona, North Colorado. And both of those are legal states. Cigs, coffee, and skateboards. Skateboards, where did that come from? Man, my throat is so dry. Oh, I wasn't able to even get a glass of water. This dude's been so sick he hasn't been able to wash his dishes, and I haven't been able to get to him yet either. And doing all kinds of stuff. So I guess you don't know, unless that was the answer. Cigs, coffee, and skateboards. Was that the answer to the beans question? I love washing dishes. No, I don't. I'm not sure what is up with the indigo children. I have a great theory about earlier human beings, the ancient aliens. Okay, is that what this is all about? See, I don't even know what I was listening to, dude. Like, that's just my name for it, you know? What I was trying to find out and ask the question about, because somebody had said something. I didn't know that there was different species of beings of us. And I'm like thinking, that's new to me. I want to explore that, you know? And I don't know what book to get to explore to find anything out about it, you know? Because, you know, different beings is my own take on it. Giants, paladines, greys, reptilians. Oh, is that what they're talking about? Okay, all right. I get it now. Yeah, I think it was on Lake Project that I learned that at. No. It was on Warrior Princess. One of her readings. There was an indigo on there. Somebody named Alex Indigo. And then they started talking about it, species of indigo. And at first it didn't click with me because his name is Indigo, you know. And then all of a sudden, you know, they kept talking further about it. And I wasn't really paying attention. I was, but then I wasn't. Because I love to support people and I love to listen, but sometimes you got to go do something and, you know, you come back and you miss part of the conversation. So, yeah, so I missed part of the conversation there, and they were talking about different beings, and I'm like, what? Andromidians. So we have different species of giants, Palladians, Greys, Reptilians, Andromidians, and Andromidians, and Droidans. These are all like Chinese words to me. Oh, like new words, you know. Polarians. Oh, I get it. Polar. Polarians were the first, mostly light, and brought their knowledge into here. Then they digressed into Hyperborean. Then they digressed. Whenever you mean digressed, you mean like degraded and stripped of their essence, like what we're all experiencing right now with the AI, and you know, the AI having every person's print every person's face print, and their whole take that no one's going to have any privacy anymore. Therefore, they're going to take our essence and it's going to start anew. Am I going the right way with that? Or am I thinking... Because I heard that as well, and I thought maybe that tied in. Polarians were the first things, okay, digressed. Then into Neanderthals. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you are talking about that. Yeah. Okay, I get you. Into Lemurians, which is when gender split. Then we were Atlantean, and now humans are Aryans. AI is a trick merger to make us think we're evolving. Yeah, exactly, because we're evolving now into our knowledge again, and they have to stop that. So that's a way for them to stop that, is through AI getting everybody's print and taking away everybody's privacy and taking their essence. At least that's my take. That's what resonated with me about the end of days. That's the first thing to happen. And then once they have that, then it's all done. There's no going back. I don't trust AI. Neither do I. My hubby does, though. He wants to be Android. He wants to get all the makings inside of him. Only because of extra frequencies is our dormant DNA opening randomly. Yeah, that extra frequency is the collagen hour, baby. That's one thing that I first realized, is the knowledge of power, man. Because it's sin. Every time you learn something that resonates with you, with your in particular spirit, what you think is in your own making of your own world, because it's all about what you made. It's all about what I made. It's all about what he made, what she made, what they made, And that power has power, And you resonate that. And you make your own. So whatever is over there on the other side is your own. Unless it's theirs. and you're stuck. Only because of extra frequencies started opening randomly. The Schumann resonate. I cannot pronounce that word. It looks foreign. Ever since I started this, I used to be a great speller, a great reader, and I'm having trouble with words, man. They just don't look right. Like that word, resonance. It just don't look right. It don't sound right whenever I say it. Yes, +3, Jake says. Yeah, I'm pretty dumb sometimes. But hey, it all comes with it. It's not dumb, it's just, you lose track of what you're freaking doing, like, constantly. Like, you can't concentrate on the small things. You got bigger fry. Bigger fish. Bigger fish. Bigger fish to fry. Or should I say, bigger man to fry, if you want to go read the Bible. I'm so mean. I gotta poke at it. Hey, why can't I poke back? Why can't none of you poke back? I've been poked at a lot today. I can say I don't believe in a word in the Bible. I can say I believe in the writings of the Greek and their theories about their culture back then, and I can say I believe in the Hebrew writings of their culture back then. That's what resonates with me. It's culture. That's what it's all about, I think, is culture. What was ingrained in you, you need to, that's why all these words don't make sense to me, is because I'm going, yes, res, run, no, I can't even say it. Now that you wrote it like that, it made it more weird. Oh, shoot. Oh, jeez. David says, not about that. I think it was about something I did earlier or something he did. Let me go back and see what he did. I don't know. I don't know what he said oh, geez about. I've been doing all kinds of stuff here. I don't even remember anymore. I don't remember 1 second to the next now. Like I'm trying to remember, okay, what was said just a second ago? I can't even remember. No more living dead things for nearly 6 months now. No more living dead things. No more living dead things for nearly 6 months now. Living dead things. Living dead things. What could that mean? No more living dead things. No more living dead things. Huh. Guess what just happened? Just a tiny little bit. I don't know what was with that made me resonate. No more living dead things for nearly 6 months now. I don't know why that resonates so familiar to me. It's closer to the truth than religion. Oh, then, yeah, it is closer to the truth than religion. I wish I could pass you to the. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I'm good. I don't. I'm trying not to do anything, any smoking of any kind. I am cheating with the cigarettes, though, boy. Don't eat meat. Yeah, that is one thing that has. Anytime I do try, it, like a chicken, I cut a piece of chicken and I ate it, and ew, my stomach was just so messed up after that for some reason. I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, maybe I ought to just stick to the nuts and berries and, all the stuff I was eating, because this is not working for me. I can't eat meat. I can't do it. I can't eat the meat. It's not because I'm a vegetarian. It's because I believe that even plants live and breathe. They drink water, they breathe, they thrive on sun, just like us. They're beings. To me, they're beings. And I'm glad I always thought that way, because I was right. It is a being, it is. So any living thing you eat is not a good thing, that's the horror. And that's something that my hubby had said to me that I found odd with the Bible. And I think that he helped me transcend as well with this little statement that he made, that why would God put us in this messed up world? It's like hell. And see, chatting with you guys made me think about that. And then I watched that video with Jeff saying that let's think about different alternatives to this, and he started spewing out a bunch of stuff, like in later videos, trying to explore, with what's being written, and just going with it and saying, okay, well, if it's this, then couldn't this be this, or could it be this way? And one of the things that he said was, could this really be hell? and we just need to wake up from it, you know. Is this really what what the Bible is intending with the whole apocalypse, with, you know, with saving your soul for the end? Like, could that be what it is you're saving your soul and you're going out into the realm, per se. But then I'm still going with my thought that we gotta do it together. Like, me personally, I can't leave anybody behind, and I won't leave anybody behind, you know. And I had such trouble with myself, with detachment of human beings to myself, because of that. Uh, it was, and then I went to another channel and I started, you know, it was kind of like I meditated and I started talking about it, you know, trying to get an answer to it. And then a video came up and it literally said what I needed to hear to make sense of it all. Anyway, I'm ranting. I really don't know what else. I could tell you the story about the power and how it saved my life. Um, I don't want to go into too much about what it is, you know, because I don't know. I'm too new at this to even try to explain anything. But I keep finding myself doing it, but which is good because this is a video for myself. I did start it for myself. I was going to do my own videos for my own self. And then I got plucked out and brought here to the community. And then everybody loved my name, Nunya. And I thought, well, you know, well, here, let's make this our community. Because I feel comfortable here, man. I want to make it grow. I want more. I want more. I want more people, you know, in here. And I want other people to experience what I'm experiencing. Because this is nice to be able to create. Even if you just have videos, you know, it's nice to know that you're helping someone. And hopefully at home you are helping yourself and you are creating something for yourself at home that involves, you know, knowledge as well, you know, because that kills two birds with one stone there, you know, because I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. I have limited time, and I know this. I said it in many other videos. I have limited time, and, you know, and I had to make a decision on if I'm going or not. And the one thing that was keeping me behind is people. But I don't have to be here to help. As a matter of fact, I'm more powerful in expansion. I can be in 1,000 places at one time. I can do anything in that realm, especially with everyone who's here in my little world, you know, here in YouTube. And that's why I wanted to create the channel, is because I wanted everyone to experience this way. Because I think this is the right way to experience it, because you get a taste of all knowledge, you know, from different aspects, and then you can go and choose what you need, instead of going into the vast out world, you know, and then who knows what you're getting, you know, if the person is reliable, you know, because then you got to go and, you know, recheck them out, because all this is new, you know, to you, and, you know, that you may not like something that somebody's spilling over this way, and you done check their information, you done wasted your time there, you know. So it's kind of nice to be able to converse with the community of people that, you know, where you can say, you know, to a YouTuber on chat, you can say, hey, you know, this doesn't really resonate with me, but do you know of anybody that, you know, deals in this, and just describe, you know, what you're looking for, you know, like with me, you know, just describe, like, the power out of the hands type, you know, like, I didn't know that was called Tai Chi, with the power of resonating out of your hands and healing somebody, you know, and who knows, maybe somebody knows what it is, you know, another YouTuber that's just on, like even though Max is doing remote viewing, he'll know. So it's kind of like you can do that, here. And out there, you can't really do that. You can in a way, but if the channel is big, because it's hard to find anybody that's good and, that sings with you. And if you're listening to Wayne and if you're listening to, Max and Jeff and, just a slew of others, you're going to wind up here anyway. Because you'll get plucked by somebody. Somebody will pluck you because that's what we're doing. I mean, it feels right. Seems like we all just know what we're doing. It's like with me with this YouTube channel. I just went into it, just bounced right in. It's like no goal, no, the only goal I had was to help. I didn't know with what. Let's just do it and find out. And found out as soon as I got started doing it, my nose just kind of went. And I just kind of followed it. Okay, let's go. I'm in it. Here we go. Woo! One of those. But yeah, I could finish that story in college, studying all night, and we got back from Steak and Shake to college. I had to drop her off at her car, and she lives like 50 miles away, and she had to come back the next morning too, but she had to go out there because her mom's bills was due, and she has to manage her bills and stuff, right? So we're driving back, and she's yapping away over there in the passenger seat, and the closer I'm getting, the more that gut is screaming, and I mean screaming. Turn around. Don't go there. Do not go there. And it's like almost audible at this point. And I looked, it's kind of confusing at first because you don't know what the hell, you're like startled by it, you're like thinking that somebody else is talking, and, I heard my friend, I'm like looking at her all weird because I could hear this other voice, but it's not loud, it's almost like it's inaudible. Like you can't really make out what it's saying, but you know what it's saying. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, I'm just like looking at her, and I'm looking at her all weird, and then she looks at me, she goes, "What?" And I said, "Do you feel that?" She goes, "Yeah, I fucking feel it." I said, "I don't know, man." She said, "But I have to go home." I said, "All right." I pulled up in there. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it was loud. And I'm shaking in my boots right now for not listening to it. Because, you get that way. So, we pull up in the parking spot next to her car. And, I mean, as soon as I put it in park, I'm like, no. And I put it in reverse. As soon as I put it in reverse, I let go of the brake, and that car, I didn't press on the gas. I just let my foot up off the brake, and that car went backwards. I mean, flew back like somebody, like I had on the gas, and and I put it in drive like immediately. It's like kind of like I was stunned for a second, for like a split second. I just put it in drive, and I left my foot off the brake again, and I mean, I didn't get my foot like barely on the gas, man, and we're like, and we go across the street to the Schnucks across the street from college, and we're sitting there and we're talking, and I'm like, she's telling me how weird the feeling is, and I'm just trying to collect my thoughts because all this is like, this was like a major vision to me, because I seen everything, like I heard things and I seen things, and it was all so real to me, like it was like a freaking nightmare to me, but what I seen, well, first I heard the voice that said don't go in, like you can hear it but you can't hear it, but you know what it's saying, so you can understand it after you know what it's saying to you, because you can feel the vibe off of it. And we pull up and like we're like sitting there and we're talking about it, and she's talking away, and I'm just over there trying to collect my thoughts because I'm like freaked out by it. And I just looked at her and I told her, I said, we are about to be shot. And I'm crying at this point. And I'm like, we were about to be, I was going to be dead. I was going to be shot in the head. I don't know what was going to happen to you. I blacked. But I did hear a shot, another shot. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, okay, there was a dude in the bushes. Now, I didn't see the dude in the bushes. This is all in my mind's eye, okay? I'm telling my friend. But what I seen this guy, and he was standing there, and he came out of the bush, but from here on up was all shadow. And from here on down, I could see everything. Seen his mustache, brown, so I know he had brown hair. I seen a plaid shirt tucked in with a big old, one of those big old buttons things that them cowboys wear. Boots, cowboy boots, all cowboy, this guy was. But his vibe was bad. And I seen him coming, and he came, like I lost sight of him because he went around the van that I was in, and I couldn't see where he was at because of the position I was in. And then the next thing you know, the door slides open, and I turned around and I seen him again, but I didn't see his face. All I heard was the shot, and a bright light hit me, and I could hear another shot after that. And she just immediately started crying and crying with me. And I'm like hugging her. I said, it's just a vision. It's just a vision. I'm thinking I freaked her fuck out, I don't know what's going, I don't know what to say at this point, I thinking I should never have said anything, Because now I made her scared, and, I'm setting out that vibe, kind of freaking people out here, Christina, come on. And, yeah, it was really weird. And she lifted up her head, because I had said something, like, into effect of, that I was thinking one thing and she was thinking another. So I said one thing that led her to think that, she realized that I didn't realize why she was crying. She was crying because the person I seen was her soon-to-be ex-husband, the one that beat her up and broke her leg and shattered it in many different pieces and threw her up against the wall, beat the crap out of her many times. Just a very controlling guy. And he doesn't want her to live without him. She is his, in his eyes. One of those country folk. Oh, you texted something. I'm sorry, Jake. It didn't. Usually it lights up and I could see something lighting up on the screen. I meant I haven't eaten meat for 6 months. In Greek, and closer to the truth and religion, animals, and such, I agree with you completely. Yeah, I didn't stop eating meat until I started this whole process too. And during the process, I was given that chicken, and it's like, oh, man messed up this world. The world didn't do anything to us. Oh, I didn't say it did. I know we did this to ourselves, but not me. I don't think. I mean, maybe I did in my past life. I don't know. But this life, no. We are we we are part of a whole. Yeah, I know that. If we didn't exist on the first dimension to the second, then we couldn't be here in the third. So why wouldn't a part of us be in the fourth and the fifth executor already? I don't know if that's my belief or not. I don't know. I'm kind of more in the belief of this is a realm of hell. If there is a God and if there is goodness, then why would it send us here? I don't want to be here. This is horrible. This is hell. Having possessions. I never really lived off possessions in this whole life anyway. I don't understand why I'm here. I don't want to be here. I want out. I don't want no fourth or fifth dimensions. I just want the whole universe and the whole expansion thing. And to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, in the privacy that I want, without anybody telling me how I should be. Do you want it? And that's why Davis and I are here. You want it, and that's why Davis and I are here. Harmony, keep your vibe high, sweetie. Uh, Gotta go. See you next time. Always trust in your inner voice like you did. It's always for the best. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. And I seen him leave, so that leaves you then. So what did you want to talk about, Davis? I'm starting to get sniffles. You got nothing? No, I got nothing. I just wanted to see. Irving Kelly is walking her dogs. Hey, Glenn is up. He's always fun to watch. Have you seen Chill with Glenn? Are you awake, Davis, or did you fall asleep on me? Or did you go poop? My best friend used to tell me that every time she talked to me, she'd have to put me on hold or call me back because she had to go poop. You going poop poo? That's what the whole poop thing is about with me, by the way. I don't have that friend anymore, though. But I just... Did you fall asleep? I think you fell asleep. Or you are going poop. He's got poop, poop. Do you know who Green Jello Sucks is? I know that you do. Because you're in my generation. I don't think you're here. I'm over here talking to myself. That was a good video, though. The Green Jello Sucks. Back in the 90s. That was my style right there. I loved that band. And I loved, I used to love that one guy that did the same thing. What's his name? He done the Michael Jackson ones. Eat it, just eat it. Know what you feel, just eat it. What's his name? Al Yankovic, right? Is that it? No. Maybe. God, man, it seems like 100 years ago. Another memory of my earlier days of 100 years ago. Alrighty. Well, I've got dishes to do all night long. I'm gonna be up again. I just know it. Alright. I hope I'm not going to leave you hanging. I hope you didn't really just go poo and you come back and I'm not here. You'll be like, oh man. Okay, Davis, I hope you have a lovely, lovely morning. And all you folks out there who actually watched this long video, I wish you the best in everything that you do. If I can do it. Wait a minute. Is that something that you just put in? You must have been one of the first here. It wasn't in your contract to have to use these bodies. None of you were happy about that. Yeah. Because I do believe in that co-contract thing. That really resonated with me. Like, extremely resonated with me for some reason. Like, that made sense of the contract, you know, and why we're here. And why we're stuck in these bodies. We got trapped here with these words, with the knowledge. We can't go back to the alien days anymore. Since we became Neanderthals, I think it was all taken from us at that point. And we got stuck in these ugly suits. And before we were like expansive. At least that's what resonates with my soul. But I am going to get off. And wait a minute, that's not Davies. Wait a minute, am I going off the wrong one? Did Davies leave? I can't even find the text now, or the chat. Good Lord, I'm just like, I should have never got on here live. That's for sure. I am just all disemboggled. I'm pretty sure it was Jake that left, and Davies is still here though. And I don't know what time it is, so I can't tell if it's this, but it looks like a new message. So it has to be Jake that's still here. What am I doing? And where did that text go? And why does it keep bouncing back down to the bottom? I'm not pressing anything. I'm just trying to scroll down here. And I can't find it. Of course I can't. I'm just not with it. Alright, whatever. But I am gonna get off. I'm sorry if I mess that all up. I really am. If it's actually Jake that's here, I'm sorry. And I'm over here calling. Okay, so have fun, be safe, and everything that you do.